Hello everyone, I'm recording this video because I wanted to share with you guys what I've been using to plan our homeschool weeks this year. I really found a system that has been working so well, and I feel like this needs to be shared. We homeschool, our main curriculum is AmblesideOnline, and we've been using AmblesideOnline for 3 years now. And the previous years are just used, I purchased like a ready-made homeschool planner with a weekly layout, and I would just plug things in those to plan our weeks, but those never really worked because the Charlotte Mason education is so unique that there was a lot of things in the planners that we didn't need, and the stuff that we did need ended up buried in all the fluff, and there was never enough space to add all the little elements of AmblesideOnline to it. So coming as I was planning this year, I knew I was going to have to come up with something that was more customizable for our family than a ready-made planner. And I got this idea from this other homeschool mom to use Google Sheets to create weekly layouts for each of my kids. She had like 7 kids, and that's what she used to help streamline her homeschool days. And I thought her weekly plans just looked so neat. I decided to give this a try, and I really feel like I found the holy grail of homeschool planning when you use AmblesideOnline. So let me show you how this works. So when I sit down to plan my week, I come here, I open up my browser, and then I go to Google Sheets Home, and I already have it bookmarked. So this is what it opens up. And then I have 3 templates that I'm going to need. I have a template for my Year 1 students' weekly schedule, for my Year 3 students' weekly schedule, and then I also have a morning time schedule. Now, we combine a lot of our subjects into morning time. This is why we have these different schedules here. So first thing in the morning, we do morning time, where we combine some readings and some subjects, and then my kids have a break, and they come back to do what we call their individual work. And where they do those are all the subjects that they do separately. And this is where this schedule really shines, because then they each have their schedule, they each have their timetables that is custom made for them, and then they don't have to follow what mom's telling them to do. They just have to follow their neatly printed schedule, and they know what to do. And it's easy for me to just plug things in here as I need. It eliminated a lot of decision fatigue on my part. The schedule is right there. I just copy paste into them. Okay, so let's open up here my Year 1 student weekly schedule. Okay, if you're feeling discouraged and you're ready to turn off this video because you don't use spreadsheets, let me encourage you by saying that up until this summer, I had never made a spreadsheet in my life. Spreadsheets always intimidated me. But I sat down on Google Sheets next to my husband, and he was able to show me just a few basics about spreadsheets, and I was able to come up with these templates on my own. It's really not that hard. If you can figure out how to use the internet, you can figure out how to make a schedule like this. There are a lot of YouTube tutorials on Google Sheets for beginners that should give you the tools that you need. And if you're still discouraged, I would be happy to make a video tutorial showing you how I created this template here, or I can even send you this template and you can edit it out to fit your students and your family's needs, because this really will make your life so much easier. This is what I call a part of my brain. I have it all right here, and then planning is just so much easier. Okay, so hopefully you're still here with me. And so I created this schedule. Let me see here. This says Eden's weekly schedule in purple, because that's what she picked, and this never changes. This never changes, of course. And then I come over here, and then I type in the week that we will be doing, and then I type in here the number of the week that we will be doing. I already worked on this quite a bunch just to save time when I'm recording the video. So, and then on the columns here we have day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. We homeschool 4 days a week. And here on the rows is the subjects that they're going to be doing in order. So the first row here, this row here, the first row is phonics. So here we have phonics and we have 15 minutes. This just helps us keep track of time and keep lessons short. So the way I plan for phonics is I open up our phonics program and I pick up where we left off. So last week we finished unit 22. So this week I come in here, I open up our phonics program and I see, okay, we're on week 23. We're doing digraph EE. There you go. And then I come here, unit 23, review and dictation, and I keep typing. Unit 24. And then I scroll down, I plan 2 weeks at a time. So I come here, this is the second week I'm going to be planning. So then I type in the date, and then I type in the number of the week we're doing. So we're on week 10. And then I keep plugging things in for phonics. So unit 25 and 26. So there you have it. I have 2 weeks of phonics planned out. And now let's move on. So after phonics, she puts her phonics things away and then she moves on to math. You have 20 minutes of math. I'm trying to keep lessons short. I just use the same system. I open up her math workbook and then we pick up where she left off last week. So if last week she finished on page 14, this week she's going to be doing pages 15 and 16. And then I keep plugging things in. Now, there's one nice thing about the math program that I use for my kids. I use a program called Math Mammoth, and they have their physical work texts, and like their physical workbooks where they, use pen and paper for. But I also have PDF files for them. So I open up the PDF file for their math programs, and I open up on the table of contents, and then I just copy paste straight from the table of contents into the schedule. So, it just makes it a lot easier. Let me show you. I don't think my screen recorder is going to catch this. But this is how it looks like. So then I come here for math, and then I copy paste straight from their math workbooks. Let me just edit this out pretty, because I like things to look nice and neat. Pages 24 to 25. And there you go. And now I keep copying and pasting from the PDF files for their math program. Okay, so done with math. Let's pretend I just planned 2 weeks of math here. I didn't finish here, just to save time on our video. Okay, so moving on. After she's done with math, she has. Wait. Okay, she has copy work and handwriting. She is doing handwriting without tears cursive. She's learning how to write in cursive. So this is HWT stands for. And I just follow the same system. She picks up where she left off last week. So if last week she finished on page 49, this week I come here and then I do handwriting without tears, pages 40 and 41. Copy work doesn't change, it's always the same because we don't have a copy work program. She just picks sentences from her readings that she's done that day. Okay, so I keep plugging in things for handwriting without tears. Sometimes she does 2 pages, sometimes she does 1 page. It depends on how time intensive those pages are. And the goal is to keep this under 10 minutes. All right, so after she's done with handwriting and copy work, now we move on to AmblesideOnline readings. And this is where this program really shines. Let me show you here. Okay, so we schedule 2 readings each day. That's plenty for year 1 to get through all the readings that she has for that week. I've seen a lot of times tables where they schedule their schedule like the PNEU used to schedule back in the day, where they have like science and, I don't know, geography, and then American history and biography and world history and tales or what have you. And then they'll just come here and be like, okay, so what do we have in the schedule for science? And then they'll copy and paste into the science time slot. I do not find that necessary. I find that that complicates things more than helps. And AmblesideOnline already has all the subjects that you need to cover for the year. So as long as you're following their reading schedule, you're going to be covering all those subjects anyway. So I don't know. I find that this system here just keeps things a lot more simple. Then I open up a new tab here and I have AmblesideOnline Year 1 schedule bookmarked. So I go here and then I scroll down to the week we're in. So we're on week 9. Okay. I don't, some of these readings I combine into morning time, so I'm going to skip some of them, just giving you a warning ahead of time. Okay. So I'm going to copy and I'll paste this right here into a time slot. Whoops. And there you go. That's how simple it is. Now, if they ever have an audiobook for those readings, I do 2 asterisks right next to it, so then they can they know they have the option of listening to this on audiobook form. Okay, so let's keep doing this. 50 famous stories. Copy. Paste. There you go. And then Joseph stories. Paddle to the Sea, Shakespeare, we combine during morning time. Let me add this to make it look neat. We do not need all this. There you go. Okay, so the only thing I make sure not to do is not to schedule 2 heavy readings together. I always do like a heavier reading with a lighter reading. So for example, Paddle to the Sea is a light, quick read. And I'm going to schedule it with an island story, which is usually a longer read. And, okay, Benjamin Franklin just says take 1 to 3 weeks as needed. So I'm going to schedule Benjamin Franklin twice this week. If we read about 3 to 4 pages, is plenty to get through all the readings for Benjamin Franklin. Right here. And there you have it. Now we have, and then I will go down here to week 10, and I would keep doing the same thing. Go to the online schedule, copy, and paste right here. Go to the online schedule, copy, and paste into the time slots. And that's it. And then I would be done. And there's 2 ways you can share this. You could either click File and share it, and this will go straight to your kid's laptop or your kid's tablets if you use those for your homeschool. And the nice thing about that is that you would be able to copy and paste links into your time slots if you ever need a link for, I don't know, a math lesson or an audiobook, and then your child will be able to click on that link straight from their schedule. We keep our school low tech. So because my kids are only in Form 1, so I usually print portrait, do a scale fit to page, narrow margins, and I print this out and I put it in on the first page of her student binder. And then when we sit down to do our individual work, she'll just open it up and follow along what she has scheduled for that week. So yeah, that works out really nice. Okay, so after I'm done with my year 1, I'll go back to the Google Sheets homepage, and then I click on my year 3 student schedule. And this takes me like 10 minutes to plan out. 10 minutes per child, I mean. So 10 minutes to plan 2 weeks, it's very doable. Okay, so then I would go here and I would use the same system for him. And as you can see, his schedule is different and it's custom made for what he needs. And yeah, so I schedule afternoon occupations here to make sure that he's getting to those. And then I have right here AmblesideOnline Year 3 bookmarked too. And then I'll just copy and paste. And copy and paste using the same procedure. And then after I'm done with that, I will go to my morning time schedule and I would plan my morning time for all the subjects that we combine. I'm not going to get into detail about our morning time schedule, but if you guys want, I can make another video showing you how I plan morning time, what I combine for my kids, but the process is basically the same. I can go to the AmblesideOnline website and copy and paste straight into the time slots. Now, I don't do that because I have another spreadsheet right here with all the riches plugged in. So see, we have term 1, term 2, term 3. Here we have artist, composer, folk song, all those hymns, recitation, nature studies, Shakespeare. I have it all here. So then, for example, I come here, I copy this one because this is the one we'll be doing this week. Then I come here to our morning time schedule and I plug that in to our picture study time slot. There you go. All right, so this is basically it. I hope you guys found this helpful and let me know if you have any other questions.